Well, welcome everyone to the final day of Improve Your Chess with Sagar, and it was an important day. It is an important day for me, so I started the class right at 9. I hope I'm not late today. Uh, and welcome to everyone who's here. A shout out to people who are in the chat right now, and please let me know how many of you here have been here from in the class for the last 20 days. Okay, so you have not missed even a single day of the entire session. um, how many of you have been? Maybe you saw it again later, that's also fine, but how many of you here have seen each and every day of the session? Please let me know in the comment section. And also I would like to know if there is someone who is come here for the first time today, so that would be interesting to know. Yes, it's a picture of me getting married. I cut Amruta out because I was running out of pictures, so I needed something. um, okay, Ishir Narayan, Praveena Mhatre says she was here since the start. Virinchi Vadali, okay. Mitesh Borkhetaria, Swayam Ubale was here. Welcome to Sarvanan and Nandan. Alan K. Thomas, yes. Shri Devi Rongali, Shanks, Salini Raj. Shayan says she was here for the last 20 days. Excellent. Pranav Fadnis, Sushil Kumar Chauhan, Quest A. Uh, Prathamesh Divekar did not miss any class. Shrishti Chede, Abdul Kalam. Fantastic. I mean, maybe nearly 20, 30, or maybe even 50 people attended each and every class. That's a very good number. Saurabh Poddar, Biba Singh, Pankaj Panchal, Mukilan Bala. Yes, all these names are like at the tip of my tongue. I have been taking them for the last 20 days. Ilam Parthi says, I missed first day. Okay, Ilam Parthi, you are forgiven for that. You have been excellent in the next 19 days. Um, and Ilam Parthi started off with using his father's account, it seems, Ravi Kumar, and then finally he made his own YouTube account as well. So that's nice, so that everyone could know him. Jan Daryl Batula was from here. I think he's from the Philippines. Wonderful to know. Niranjan Varyar, excellent. Not only have I read your names, but I also gone through your games. Maybe I have not shown them in the class, but if I haven't, I will be discussing it with you over mail or somehow. But I have seen your games. Chandan CK says watched all the videos. Okay, so great. Girish Bachikar has attended all. Mohini Bhave, Saurabh Poddar, Dharmaratne, MST, fantastic. Harsh Raghuvanshi, Yusuf Faryad says 16 to 17 days, not bad, not bad. Gargi DC says 17 days, 3 days I watched later, that's Arka. Okay, amazing. There's a long list, but I think I got my answer that there were nearly, I don't know, maybe 100, maybe a bit too much to say that they watched every day, but could be possible. Okay, depends on the feedback I receive today on my email, which I will share later on with you. So, a lot of things to do today. First of all, we'll begin like we do every day with the tactics, and then we are going to revise all that we learned in the last 20 days, because if we go through that very quickly, it might just be very useful for all of you to remember. By the way, the crow is also here. Yeah, he understands today is the last day, an important day for him as well. From tomorrow he won't get to meet all of you regularly, hope so. It says it takes 21 days to form a habit, and we have been solving tactics for the last 20 days. So today if we do it again, well, it might become a habit for the rest of the life. Okay, so Are you ready for solving some tactics? Let's go. So let's go to account.chessbase.com and let's go to mate. Now let's click solve tactics, and it's black to move. Black to move and win. Interesting. Okay, not tough, not tough. Agastya Day says he has been every day here. Is this my home or office? This is my home, which is like an office. You can't go to the office right now, although the office is just like 8 minutes away, so I could go. By the way, Quest says please suggest a plan to study. Quest, we'll be discussing about this today, so let's talk about it. Please continue to the streams, says many. We'll also talk about it. Okay, all of you who said knight c4, that's not right. Aditya Ramanathan says I have a rating of 2271 in play chess tactics. I started using it yesterday. Great, Aditya. I think you should aim at reaching 2800. Yeah, that would be a good aim for you. So yes, Ilam Parthi has given it right. Anushka Bhatt, Pankaj Panchal, Sani Deshpande, Prathamesh Divekar, all of you have got it right. Gautam Bala, Siddhant Vashish, Soumya Mahesh, Rishila Banerjee. But some of you write any four, this move. I don't know if this is right, because then I can just play rook h2. So you need to control both the squares, and that's the reason why knight f1 followed by knight d2 and taking on f3 is the correct answer. So knight e4, although may look that it does the same thing, but after rook h2, not so clear. Okay, let's go to next one. Yes, everyone who got knight f1 correct, well done. This one is black to move. Crow is active today. Very interesting position. Very interesting. I solved it. Yeah, solved it. With you, Troy says thumbnail is awesome. Yeah, it's the picture of my marriage. My marriage took place 6 years and 2 months ago now. It's been a long time, and yeah, I just cut Amruta out, because otherwise the thumbnail was becoming too horizontal. So I don't know if she would like it. Omkar Chakradev says you should make a video on the birds opening for the crow. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, everyone who says rook e3, well, that's not right. I mean, at least as a mark of respect today for what we have done in the last um, 20 days, give me the full variation. Give me the full variation. Yes, the people who are giving me the full variations are Ilam Parthi, Practical Thinking, Aditya Ramanathan. By the way, Practical Thinking, what's your name? Aditya Ramanathan, Jan Daryl Batula, Raging Bull, Rishila Banerjee, Neve Patel, Chanchal Jha, Uday Paideti. Great. So there are people who are giving the full variations. Mitesh Borkhetaria, Sairam Sampath. Yeah, I need the full line. By the way, a big thanks to Suparna Banerjee who's contributed 100 rupees. She says, thank you, Sagar. Please continue the stream if possible. Yes, we'll discuss about this later today. I don't want to make this into a session where we all are sort of saying to each other, let's continue. And today is an important day. We have a lot to learn. So let's first get that out of the way, and then we'll discuss about what to do next. Yeah, Shanks also has given the right answer. The right move is rook into e3, rook into e3, and now bishop into d4. This is very good move because as you see, the bishop was pinning the rook, so it couldn't take on e8. And now the question is, should you take with the rook or with the queen? In general, I would say that taking with the queen makes more sense when you are ahead in material exchange stuff. Here, taking with the rook also looks completely fine. I mean, both moves, but let's take with the queen. And that's solved. Yeah. Okay, a big shout out to Harish Kumar who's contributed 100 rupees. Harish, you have been always supporting this stream by contributing many days. So thank you so much. You are also a chess trainer. So wonderful to know that you are here. Uh, so this was not so tough, but I wanted all of you to not just give me rook into e3, but takes bd4. No, sorry, the rook vanished, but bd4, cd4, and queen e3. That's what I wanted. Okay, black to move. Maybe today I have to go and uh, Wild Chess Knockout says, who is Kubdia? Yeah, today maybe that thing also will be revealed. I did ask Amruta and her parents, who do you think it can be? They gave me certain names, but I don't know if he's here. Aditya, first rook into e3, rook into e3, rook into e3, rook takes e3 should also be good, yes. Because if queen d4, queen c1, cd4, queen e3, yeah, that also looks good. Pradeep Das, thank you so much for contributing 100 rupees. I'll show you guys what we have collected in the last few days in a bit. All of you say one move, please give me the full line. Give me the full line. That's what I want here. Honi Arora. Okay, Honi, what would be the best move? You say he will take the bishop, but he could do something else as well, right? Elam Parthi gives the right answer. It's not, and today, by the way, I think Prime Minister speaks at 10 a.m. So maybe there could be a lag in the internet, but we'll get to know more about things today. Krishan Kumar Bagel says, I learned lot how to think in middle game. That was one of the ideas. Thank you that you liked it. F3 is the correct move as mentioned by a lot of people here. I'll just say a few names. Abdul Kalam, Prathamesh Divekar, Rishila Banerjee, Geetha Ritesh, Yasmin Sajid, Shruthartha Maiti, Jan Daryl. All of you have got it right. F3. Nice move. Now you take on h2. Of course, you can't take the bishop because of f into g2. So rook h2. Ooh, that wasn't the strongest move. I thought that should have been the strongest move. And also, a lot of you mentioned this, but Shriyana Malya has rightly pointed out that not rook into h2 here, but rook c2 also Shrutartha Maiti. Mm. Pankaj Panchal has given some nice lines. That's good to see. Well, then this move has to be played. No? Come on. That is a big surprise. I thought you just take. No, aren't you all surprised? I mean, what should black play? Yeah, not even rook c2. Maybe bishop f4 could be a move. For me, it's a big surprise that that was not the move. Mm-mm. Maybe I'm missing something very normal. Yeah, bishop f4, I think. this should be the right way to continue. Yeah, knight d4, and now tough to say what to play because rook h2, king g1. Mukilan Bala contributes 21 rupees. Mukilan, come on, we need better cryptic contributions from you. 21 means today is day number 21. Everyone knows. Rook h2, king. Yeah, Shanks, you're right that there was no mate, but I thought in general that was the right way to play, just be active. Emmanuel Garisep says, enjoy something I have learned from quickly checking in from time to time. Think in full variations, evaluate at the end. Very good. That's right. That's absolutely right. Rook h1, rook h2, king g1, and now we take this pawn. Hmm. Then I thought, okay, but how about rook d2? Maybe that's a strong way to play. Rook d2. But if king h1, then so I go rook d2, king h1 because I'm threatening bishop e3. It's not so simple. King h1, and now maybe rook a8 take there, or just bishop e3 should also be enough. I think just wins. Knight f5. Okay. But then rook d7. By the way, big thanks to Saurav Banerjee. I must thank their entire family, Saurav, Suparna, and Rishila. They have been contributing a lot. He says, keep inspiring, Sagar. Your work is phenomenal, and both you and Amruta are super persons. God bless you. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. And I hope that all three of you remain chess lovers like you always are. Okay, so take this guy. Yeah, this is good. Avyaya Bhatt, thank you so much, Avyaya, for contributing 400 rupees. I think Avyaya, you are a young boy. How old are you? Yeah, GF5 also looked good, but okay, I took on D7. Uh, yeah, GF5 was maybe better. I don't know, but okay, let's just look here. I was very confused. Um, that if I take here king g1 and put my rook here, and then okay, he can move his rook somewhere like this move, but or b1 somewhere, but in general I have improved my position quite a lot, or rook d1 may be better. But now I go bishop f4 and I don't see a checkmate happening here, so perhaps even this was a very valid way to play. Let's have a look at the engine here, which, and usually I check the engines when I have thought on my own, and yes, this is also the correct way according to the engine. But according to it, the problem with this is the rook c1, and you don't have as much advantage like bishop f4. Then this is not a very yeah. Avyaya says he's 9.5 years old. Fantastic. And he's contributing 400 rupees. Wonderful. Excellent. uh Now, if you don't play rook h2 and bishop f4 is better because you're taking care of this rook c1 idea. It's nice. And then after knight d4 you take king g1 and rook d2. I think I was not very careful here for the idea with this one, like rook h2, king g1, rook c2, and then rook c1. This is like seeing your opponent's best defenses, because even after this I don't have a mate, and here white is threatening to mate me. So very good position, I would say. Bishop f4 is really a top class move, kind of a prophylactic move, looking at the c1 square. Okay, let's go to next position. This is the last one that we are going to solve today. Um, yeah, this is a nice one. I think I've solved it. Let's see if someone can solve it quickly. Vipan Kumar says, I'm late today because of duty. I am in water supply department. Well, Vipan, welcome. Join that you are here. Practical thinking says, my name is Gokul Vas. When will you teach about king safety? Well, I've taught about king safety in many different games. It's not a separate subject as such, but it's a part of it. You need to keep your king safe and you need to attack opponent's king. We saw many games on this theme. Anushka Bhatt says, because of you, I learned how to analyze my own games. Thanks a lot. That I would like to thank all of you who felt that your games are important. This is the main thing I wanted to teach. Yeah, right, Ilam Parthi, you are right. Sumed Ramteke says, how to look at games with hardcore analysis without losing concentration. I had problem at looking at the games of Kasparov that you sent yesterday. Well, what problem did you have, Sumit? What was going through your mind when you were solving it? Were you thinking about XYZ? What were you thinking about? Share it with us. So maybe we know. Yeah, well done. I think Ilam Parthi, Prathamesh Divekar, Omkar Chakradev, Pranay Garg, Sairam Sampath, Rishila Banerjee, Shriyana Malya, Sani Deshpande. Not the right answer, Sani, because maybe you are right as well. Question is Bishop D4 or um, Bishop G3. Well, Bishop D4, there is one little problem because of it. Maybe it also is winning. Bishop D4, Rook E3 could come in, but if Queen D4, same idea. Seems to work. Both moves look strong. But anyway, we'll go for the more forcing one. Bishop G3, Queen F1 check, have to take, and a nice checkmate. Okay, a big shout out to Rishila Banerjee. She's contributed 201 rupees, so that makes it all three of you contributing. Thank you, Sagar sir. After attending your classes, I love chess even more because slowly I'm beginning to understand the idea behind the moves. That's very nice to know. Very nice to know. And also a big shout out to Shrutartha Maiti, who's contributed 200 rupees. Fantastic. Lot of contributors today. I'm very happy. And on the last day, we may raise a lot of funds. Pranav Thakur contributes 500 rupees. Thank you so much. I should also show you what the contribution is like. So if we go to here, uh, we have raised until now 3,28,800 from these training sessions. We have raised 89,000. I hope we can cross 1 lakh mark today. That's a good aim to keep, not very ambitious. This is all the details of everyone who's contributed through super chat. In case you don't find your name here, there's a link, by the way, in the description where you can come to this page. If you don't find your name here, please let me know. Maybe I might have missed someone, but most of, I think I've been very careful. uh, from the pay you money link which is in the description, we also have many contributors. I should thank people for the last 3 days. I haven't announced the names. Krishna RV for contributing 500, Honi for contributing 33 rupees, Karthik for 1000 rupees, Ashutosh Bharadwaj for 50, Shamil Hanai for 200, Harsh Raghuvanshi for 100 rupees, Aditi Iyer 300, Ajay Kumar 200, Nirnay Garg 1000 rupees, Anurag Basant 1500. All this money is going to the Prime Minister's CARES funds for the fight against coronavirus. So thank you so much for contributing in such a big way. Anish Kumar Singh has just contributed 400 rupees. Thank you so much, Anish, for your kind contribution. Sumed, you say looking at the long complex lines, you felt distracted. Well, I would say that um, many times we get distracted by stuff which is uninteresting. Like for example, if I am doing certain things which I love really very much, I don't think I would be distracted. So in case if it's getting distracting or something, maybe you should take a break and sit down when you want to do really well, because that's the most important. I've seen that there's nothing like, okay, you meditate, you sit there, you concentrate, you switch off all the sounds and everything, but if you want to concentrate, you will concentrate. So it's just an approach or an attitude that you want to focus. Okay, we have uh, many questions coming in today. I will answer them. Many people say they're going to play the BKT tournament today. Subradeep Ghosh says, now after losing a game, I instantly analyze the game and try to understand where I went wrong. Thanks a lot, Sagar sir. This is great attitude. If you are doing this, I would be really happy. I think I made my point. I made my point go across that chess is not about always winning or losing, it's about improving. If you can improve as a player, you will sooner or later win. So I always remember this statement: you don't have to win all the battles, but you have to win the war. So if you lose in the blitz, don't be too unhappy. It's a small battle. Analyze it and prepare for the big war, which may be a rating tournament that you will play or some important events. Okay, today if you go to BKT online, chessbase.in, there is a tournament that's happening today on 14th of April at 8 p.m. This will happen on Play Chess. I think many of you have played there. It's 250 rupees entry only. First prize is 10,000, total prize fund of 30,000. There are also category prizes here. This has been organized by Buddhibal Krida Trust, and the person whom you see here is Prakash Kunte. He's father of Grandmaster Abhijit Kunte, and WIM Mrunalini Kunte has done phenomenal work to promote chess in Maharashtra and India. And the players who are playing are Donchenko, Arvind Chidambaram, Alan Pichot. You see now it's becoming a global event. Yeah, like many foreign players are playing, many international players. SL Narayanan. We also have Mikhail Kobalia, Pragnananda, Vaibhav Suri, um, Abhimanyu Purani, Gukesh, Arjun Erigasi, Raunak Sadhwani, Diptayan Ghosh, many GMs, Stani, Vakido Jahangir from Uzbekistan, Vishak, Shardul, Inyan, Venkatesh, Vishnu, Ankit, Tej, Himanshu as well. Wow, that's nice. Shaksham, CRG, these are all the IMs of India. Oh, that's really very interesting to see that so many top players are playing here, and I think it will be one of the strongest events if you decide to play. By the way, Kushagar is playing, not Anish Giri. I would have loved Anish also to join in. Uh, but yeah, if you play here, it's good chance that you will be able to face these top players all across the world. uh, by the way, a big shout out to someone who's contributed 5 New Zealand dollars, Arun Kumar. He says, Sagar, you made my lockdown period enjoyable and you have tremendous dedication, passion, love for chess. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Arun Kumar, for contributing 5 New Zealand dollars. Also, a big thanks to Nikhil Dadikar, who has contributed rupees 1000 rupees, and he says, great work, Sagar. Your attitude and passion is exemplary. I and my son learned quite a lot. In a way, I'm thankful for the lockdown. Well, that, we all have faced tough times in the lockdown, but if I could make your lockdown enjoyable, um, that would be very big compliment to me. Thank you. Okay, so let's go to the chessboard today. As I mentioned, it's not like a farewell session where we are going to all say goodbye and not learn anything. We are going to work on chess very seriously. In fact, we are going to revisit all that we learned, and I need you to be quick because I want to put across everything that we have learned. By the way, a big thanks to Shashank, who has contributed $25. Shashank lives in the US and he says, I have seen all 20 episodes, writing up the review, expect it in a few hours. In short, great job. Hope to meet you in person someday. Also, you can write my name as Shashank Ashwath on the website. Okay, I will do the needful. We'll make the changes. If anyone wants to send feedback can do so here on chessbaseindia at gmail.com. So I for me, as a player, as a trainer, as a person who indulges in new things, feedback is extremely important, critical as well as positive as well as negative, whatever it may be. Please do. And well, I could even publish it on the article saying what everyone thought about it. So okay, so let's begin. And the first thing I want to remind you is what we did on day one. And on day one, I wasn't sure if we were going to go all that throughout the distance, but you remember this, what we learned. I will just show you a position, and I'll show you the moves, and you should tell me what was this. This was done on day one, and you remember this game that we saw on day number one. If can you and can tell me, Mukilan Bala has contributed 960 rupees. Amazing, Mukilan, thank you so much. He said, Fisher Random Chess, I had one suggestion, can you create an online club for us? Ginger GM had Farham Chess Club like that. I hope you will continue, because good teacher can't leave their student alone. Random thought 960. Well, the I think the community is our YouTube channel, and maybe we can think about building up some kind of a community if all of you like it. But I think if you come here on YouTube and talk to me through the comment section, should be okay, or even through emails. Yes, John Darrell is right. It's my game. This was our first online game. If you remember, I played it on Play Chess. And if you remember, I was thinking about in this very position to play Bishop h4, which was very bad, kind of emotional decision, because I wanted to attack like this. But we had seen that after G into h4, there was no real attack coming in, and that's why I should have played bishop f4. It didn't happen in the game, and I won pretty easily after this entire thing attack came in. And also, if you remember, there was a very easy way to finish off the game here, which was queen g5 check, queen f6 check, and then bringing up the rook, and I should have played that, but I was also slow. But there was one big lesson that I wanted to convey through this game. What was it? Please let me know in the comment section. What was? Yes, Arka remembers the name of the opponent as well, Hendrik Chess. Very well done, excellent. Also Suhas remembers. Joseph Gita also remembers. Fantastic. Yasmin Sajid as well. Well, guys, you have phenomenal memory. By the way, a big thanks to Creative Master Shikhar, who says, thank you for your informative sessions. Thank you, Shikhar, for your contribution. Very kind of you. Rajesh Agrawal from Dhule, Maharashtra. Thanks for the work. Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you. Yes, Setu Minocha says to analyze your own games. Yeah, okay, Setu, you also remembered the name. Pankaj Panchal says people are becoming contribution monsters. Well, I am very glad that everyone is contributing today, and thank you all. Yes, Pradeep Kanitkar, Ilam Parthi, practical thinking, everyone said analyze your own games, and this is something which is the biggest takeaway from my sessions. Okay, people I speak with a lot of people now who are in their 30s and 40s, and somehow I've started seeing a trend in what they speak. And many of them say the same thing, which is love yourself. And what they are trying to say is, my entire life I worked for my family, I did something for my parents, I did something so and so, but now I want to love myself, I want to give time for myself. Well, in chess terms, it would come to love your games. Love the games you play. Yes, you've seen games of Kasparov, you've seen games of Naidorf, you've seen games of Tal, Fischer, Carlsen, Anand, everyone. But love your games, because if you can analyze your games well, you will become a better player faster. Believe me. Okay, Rahul Anil Bhagwat has contributed 1,000 rupees. Thank you so much. He says, kudos Sagar, hats off to your dedication towards chess. Just keep it up. Thanks a lot, Rahul, and you have been contributing on many days, and also 1,000 rupees. That's been the amount that you have um, contributed. So thank you so much for that. It's a big thing. Yes, Setu, I have read your mail. I got a lot of feedback yesterday from a few people. I've read them and I will be um, using it. I will be reading it and replying to you. Ahmad Justin, any other method I used to pay? Well, you can pay through Super Chat. It seems like the most practical way to do things. Um, yeah, because pay you money is it works with Indian cards only. Okay, let's go to the next. So this game, you remember all of you on day one against Hendrik Chess, and then I started off with another game. If you remember this and also who the opponents were and who was it, then I would be very impressed. Who was playing white? Who was black? What's the best move here? And what did you learn? Yeah, Mikhail Botvinnik, I'll put all the summary of all the days on chessbase.in. The days have been quite busy somehow with all the online events and also trying to prepare for these sessions. I just couldn't finish. Yesterday, I spent almost the entire day writing the Kasparov article, which you can see on chessbase.in. That took a lot of time. Hemant Justin says super chat is not supported in the region. Well, maybe paypal.me/chessbaseindia can be an idea. Paypal.me/chessbaseindia, then you can pay through PayPal. Yeah, I was white. Yes, Quest, I also got your mail. I'll reply to all the mails. Jayant Rao says the right Sagar versus Snehal. This is correct. And the move was bishop g5, as all of you rightly pointed out. Fantastic. Mayur Gondalekar says he learnt bishops love open positions, knights love closed positions. So you open the position, uh, and here the right move, as Ilamparthi says, Sagar Shah versus Nehal 2007. Well, he remembers all the names, yeah, like the year as well. That's nice. Bishop g5. You remember I was thinking about d5, I was thinking about de, but then I remembered I have the bishop pair. I should open up the position, and bishop g5. The knight jumps into d5, and we saw this very nice game. I was very surprised and also happy that Snehal was online when this session was going on, and that was nice to see. Vidyut Roy says, hope you will not delete recording from YouTube so that we can revisit. Learnt a lot. Thank you. Definitely not Vidyut. In fact, I'm thinking of trying to make it a little more concise with my videos, because when you listen to these videos which we have already uploaded, there's a lot of back and forth chatting that's happening, which I think is nice if you want to get the feel of a live class. But maybe I can also make something which is just chess, which can be learned. I'll think about it in the coming days. Anushka Bhatt, you will give a link for feedback. Please share the link. Well, it's just chessbaseindia@gmail.com. That's where you send. I think you already sent your feedback. Okay, so this was the biggest learning that we got from the game, that bishops love open positions, and I wanted to start my imbalances thought process through this game. Prathamesh Divekar says, your encouragement and constant motivation to push me to heights I never thought possible. Thank you for inspiring me to be excellent in everything I do. Well, very nice. Thank you, Prathamesh, for these kind words. By the way, I have to be, maybe the biggest thank I have to make to Jaideep Chakrabarti, because as a person, I have realized the importance of consistency in life. Like, I had to wake up each and every day, prepare, come to the session so that we could continue for this 21 days. So there was consistent work. And in the same way, Jaideep contributed each and every day, be it the first day, I think from the second day till the 20th day, he contributed 400, 800, mostly 800 rupees. And Jaideep, couldn't be more grateful to you. I think you have supported this entire endeavor in a big way, and very kind of you. Thank you. And as I mentioned, Jaideep is making his chessboard, so whenever that's ready, I think we'll be mentioning it on Chessbase India, so you guys will know about it first. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the next position, which was this one. What was Black's move here? Let me just pull it up. Yes. What was Black's move in this position, and what was it you learned from here? Shashank says, unfortunately, I got to head out. I'll check the rest of the episode tomorrow. I'll send my review after viewing this episode, so you'll get it maybe around this time tomorrow. Well, Shashank, thank you for being there, and also doing the homework many of the days, which is very nice of you. I hope you continue playing chess. Mayur Gondalekar, in humorous way, says the biggest learning was playing chess during earthquake is possible, but it can actually make your mouse slip and end up in an inferior position. I just want to mention, while Mayur played online, I think it was 2 days ago, there was an earthquake in Japan, and his mouse slipped, it seems, and he landed in a bad position. Well, Mayur, maybe you've done something, you've ticked off something which not many people can boast of, playing chess during earthquakes. Uh, Ilam Parthi says h5 with the idea of king h7 and bishop h6. Divya HL as well. Vishal Kumar, Shrutartha Maiti. Uh, Yes, when you have a bad bishop, try to exchange it. This is a bishop that is hindered by its own pawns. So you play h5, king h7, bishop h6, and try to exchange this, which gives you a fine position. So when you have a bishop pair, you can do three things. One is you can exchange, sorry, when you have a bad bishop, you can do three things. Either you can exchange the bishop, you can change the color of the pawns, or you can bring it outside the pawn chain. And so what is the best move for white in this position? Setu Minocha is missing his school because of the last session. Thank you so much, Setu. That's very nice of you to miss your school. Well, school will continue anyway. Yeah, today's white to move. What was it? The move here. If opponent has bishop pair, exchange one, says Quest. Yes, very important lesson, very important. Karan Parik has contributed 400 rupees. Thank you so much, Karan, for your contribution. Very, very nice of you. Very kind. E5, as rightly pointed out by Yasmin, Shivam, Pankaj, Shanks, Prathamesh, Reshu Jain, Hoang Le Hui, Preet Matre. You all remember everything, yeah? Like, it's very good, very good that you all remember these things. E5, opening up the bishop, making it an excellent piece. And then you remember I asked you if it's black to move. What should black play here? If it is black to move, you will type the same answer. So I wouldn't understand if you're typing for white or black. But yes, here Girish Bachikar, as he rightly points out, e5 for both sides is the correct move because when you play e5 here for black, it limits the bishop on c2 here. So this bishop is limited by his own pawn, and then after fe5, what do you play here? Yeah, you don't take on e5 with the queen. Krishnamurti TD says, we appreciate your chess passion. Just now sent 1001 rupees through PayU Money. Thank you so much, Krishnamurti. I will check it and I will mention it in the article that I write. But thank you so much for your contribution and also informing me here. Yeah, here it's important to play e5 and also to not take with the queen, because then he goes rook f5, moves the queen away and pushes e5 forward when it opens up his bishop on c2, which is what we don't want. And so we go in this position, knight to d7. And now if you want to open up your bishop, you need to give up two pawns, which is a bit too much, in this position. It gives black an extra pawn clearly. So here nd7, and next move, let's say if he makes king h1, you take on e5 with a dominating knight against the bishop. So by the way, a big thanks to Uday Prakash, who's contributed 80 rupees and says thanks for the 21 days of Sagar Camp. Great work. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Uh, Thank you for your contribution as well. Let's go to the next one. And this one was interesting because it dealt with another theme, white to move. What should white play? Yeah, Prathamesh says whoever plays e5 gets the good position. Agastya Day, thank you so much for saying that I've contributed something priceless to each and every one of you. Wrinkle Rajkotia has donated 400 rupees through PayU Money. Thank you so much, Wrinkle, for your contribution. You see, this bishop is kind of unhappy. It's locked in by its own pawns. What should you do with such a bishop? What should you do? Yes, very good. Everyone has got it right. Bishop f1 to remove the bishop outside the chain and make it active. Whenever you have a bad bishop, try to exchange it, change the color of your pawns. Here it's impossible to change the color, so bring it out of the pawn chain. Good job. Aditi says, thank you so much, Sagar, for the support and dedication you put in. After leaving chess, I had plans to make a comeback by trying different coaches, but it didn't work out. But you made chess so simple. Well, thank you. I hope you can make a successful comeback to chess. That would be very nice. And then you can, beat some good players. That would also be nice. Yeah, Sani Deshpande, Shrutartha Maiti, Sumed Ramteke, Tinku Saha, Raging Bull, Niv Patel, Jan Daryl, everyone has got the right answer. It is Bishop F1. Excellent. Abhishek Modak, you have also contributed rupees 100. Thank you so much, Abhishek. I will surely add your name in the list. Thanks a lot. Okay, now let's go to the next position, and this one I want to know if you remember the name of both the players, because this is a game which we saw very closely in this sessions. Krishnamurti says, can you tell us the thumbnail story? The story in the thumbnail is that I got married to Amruta. Well, of course, if you want to know the love story, it's also online. Just read it there. Ah, okay, 1 second. Maybe I didn't put the right position. Sorry. It's here now. This one. So, who played white? Who played black? Ajay Kumar says, uh, I have contributed 200 rupees. Thanks. Please add my name. Thank you, Ajay Kumar. Very kind of you. By the way, please do check the page tomorrow or day after. And then if your name is not there, please inform me. Maybe I might miss something, but I will definitely take care to put it all in. So here in this position, uh, no, not Spassky Fisher, not Spassky. Krishan Kumar Bagel said he's read my Jab We Met story. Yes. If you write Jab We Met Sagar Amruta, you'll get the love story. Yeah, Bishop E2 was also right, as Rajesh Agrawal. Bishop F1, Bishop E2 in last position. Both are good. No, this is not Fisher Spassky. Come on. Smyslov, yes. Smyslov, Rudakowski, BG5, Pankaj Panchal. Excellent. Very good. You remember it well. Um, who else mentioned this? Moves everyone mentions, but everyone somehow says Spassky Fisher. I don't know why. This is not Spassky Fisher, not Fisher Taimano. Smyslow Rudakowski, Rishila Banerjee gets it right. Pradeep Das has got it right. Well done, Pradeep. Reshu Jain. Smyslow was white, says EC, and he plays Bishop G5. Very good, very good. So Dhyan Nayak says Modi is giving speech at 10 a.m. Well, I wouldn't stop you from going there. You should do that if you are inquisitive to know. But both the things can be played again, Modi as well as me. So you can choose what you would like to attend. Okay, Bishop G5 is the correct move. You want to take this knight and plonk the knight on D5. I like that word, plonking it on D5, and it would be very strong. Gautam Bala has contributed 1000 rupees. Gautam, thank you so much for your contribution. Very kind of you. And also Manoj Joseph says the best way of presentation. Thank you. Thanks Manoj for contributing 200 rupees. Very nice. Okay, so this was the game where you understand one very important thing, that knights require outposts, and you must always strive, if you have a knight, to keep the position closed and dominate opponent's bishop, like it happened in this game. He took, played knight d5, and then slowly and steadily he improved his position and finally launched a deadly attack against the king. Yeah, this was a very nice game. It's one of my favorites. Remember Smyslow versus Rudakowski. Okay. Uh, this one, maybe you don't remember. Not such a famous game, but maybe you do. Who knows? You guys have phenomenal memory, so I can't be testing you. But tell me about this position. Whose game? And black to play here. What happened? Keshav the winner. Please say my name. Yeah, well, Keshav, give me some good answers. Subradeep Ghosh says, I'm a Rupee card and I'm unable to buy a super chat. What to do? Subradeep Ghosh, there's a pay you money link in the description. You can pay through that. It's the first link below the video. After the class, could you say the best performers? Says Arka. Maybe. Well, I don't know who are the best performers, but these sessions are not really an end in itself. It's actually a launch pad for all of you to improve, to go to the next level. So there are many who did not answer when I was teaching. Many of them were just listening to it quietly, not typing, commenting, and all of that. And I think even they learned a lot, and I may not be aware of the same. So I cannot really judge who did well, who did not do well. In fact, it is for you to judge how much you benefited from these classes. Okay. Yes, this is my game. This is my game. Ahmed Justin, thank you for transferring via PayPal. Very kind of you. Very kind of you. Um, yes, this is my game. Ilam Parthi remembers it exactly. Pratik Patil versus Sagar Shah. And he says B5. Amazing. He remembers the name, he remembers the move as well. And actually, this game, if you remember, revolved around two themes. One is that white has the bishop pair, so I want to kind of exchange the one of the bishops. Secondly, right now I am better developed, at least my rooks are in play, so I must take the initiative. So b5. So you see that the theme when I was teaching you, initiative was not yet taught, but now you can understand these themes better. By the way, I also taught you something very important through this game, which is known as the schematic thinking. Does anyone remember about schematic thinking? What does it mean? Please let me know. Akshat Bhatia knows the game. Soumya Mahesh as well. Well done. Well done. Vishal Kumar, yes. Tinku Saha. So many people remember. Anish Adiga as well. I'm black, by the way. Arka. Yeah, b5 was correct, but I taught you something very important in this position. I don't know if you remember. Actually, we came to a little bit further on, like here. I taught you something important. Yes, yes, Kushal Jani, thinking in schemes. Yes, very good, very good. Future thinking, says Virinchi Vadali. Removing pieces, very good, excellent. To create the position we want, Neev Patel, correct. To create a plan not by move but by imagination, Abdul Kalam. Krishna Kumar Bagel, schematic thinking, not move by move but imagination. Very good. Very good. That's excellent. Well, that's what we learned. It's called schematic thinking. And what does schematic thinking actually do? Is that you try to think in schemes, not in moves. You say, I want to take out these two rooks. I want only minor pieces. I don't want this. I want to put my pawns here and here. It's like thinking in schemes and then seeing if you can execute it. And the biggest scheme which I thought up here was that I want these two bishops out of the board. Then my knight would be beautiful against his bishop. And so I made this small plan where I lured him forward and then I trapped the bishop. It's not trapped, I exchanged the bishops. And yes, Pankaj, you are right. And then finally I managed to put my knight where it belonged, and then the e6 break came and won the game. So this was about knights, and you clearly understand knights require open positions. Knights love when positions are open. Bishops love closed positions, and knights are really, really bad blockaders, and knights require play on both sides of the board. Yes, so please remember all of this. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm going to monitor the chat at least for a couple of seconds to make sure my voice went through properly. Keshav, if you have any problems with the tournaments, then just write to teamchessbaseindia@gmail.com. Okay, Shobit Jaiswal, Mitesh Borkhetaria are awake. That's good to know. They wrote no. Yasmin Sajid said no. Chess with Shamil said no. Dhanushka Yappa, Swayam Ubale, Siddesh Pednekar said ulta. Mitesh Borkhetaria no. K Dexter no. It's opposite. Very good, very good. All of you are awake. Smile Studio says liar. Okay, I'm not a liar. Just trying to trick you guys. Pradeep Amey Kanetkar says, why are you saying it wrong? Well, I just wanted to make sure that you guys are not watching Modi's speech along with this session, and also you are focusing. So, yep, you are right, absolutely. That knights love closed positions, knights love play on one side of the board, and knights love outposts. Yeah, these three things also, they are wonderful blockaders. So, not what I said. That was all for bishops. Subradeep Ghosh says, I donated through PayU. I want to say via super chat that I met you in Grand Chess Tour Kolkata on the second day of Rapid, and you wrote, Subradeep, keep enjoying chess on my notebook. Wonderful, wonderful. Subradeep, very nice to have you here. And yes, I remember that. I'm sure when I will see you, your face, I'll remember you. Okay, let's look at this position now. Very, very important position here it was. And I remember that you have to tell me who was white, who was black, and what did black play here. Black to move. Black to move. Bogolyubov's birthday is today, says Siddharth Shri Kumar. Thank you for this good update. Yes, Uday Paideti, you are right. Shrutartha Maiti, Akshit Bhatia as well. You are right. But can you tell me, you got the move right? Can you tell me who are the players and what is the theme behind this move? Vishal Kumar, uh, Shanks, Soumya Mahesh, Ilam Parthi. Yes, you are right. It is not Bronstein though. It is Bernstein. So there is a difference between Bronstein. Bronstein played for the World Championship. Bernstein is Bernstein. Bernstein versus Botvinnik. Very good. And this was the right move. And the move is f6, preserving the bishop pair. Very good. So you preserve the bishop pair. You tell your opponent, hey, look, I have the bishop pair. I don't want to exchange it for your bishops right now. So I'm going to push you back and then open up my bishop or bring it out from here. And this is exactly what happened. So an important advice here, if you have the bishop pair, try to keep those bishops in the position. Creative Master Shikhar says, I like the way you explain things and be calm and composed. Where did you get this quality? Please share. Difficult to say where I got the quality of teaching, but I think there's one quality in me which I realized is very powerful and sort of overpowering in everything I do, which is like I like to share with people. anything and everything. And that's actually you can see through my journalism. Whenever I write, whenever I go to a new place, I want everyone back home to see what the place is like. When I interview players, I ask them questions which I have on my mind because I want others to know what they were thinking. And I think this is this very fact that I want to share things which I know, or which I learn, is basically the reason why I enjoy teaching. I don't know if I teach well or not, but it's just the fact that I want to put forth that in the best possible manner. And actually it became possible because in my life I met lot of people who just gave without any expectations. Like my first coach, Mahesh Ved, who taught me just without, took me to tournaments without any expectations. He did so much for me. Then I read books of Silman, where I never met him, but he was there giving all the knowledge. Then Agard books, and then Daniel King's DVDs, which were amazing. It was like a teacher came in my room and taught me. Mark Dvoretsky's books. So all of these people actually inspired me to share, and maybe in my own little way, I'm trying to do what they all did. Okay, so that was about that. Now let's go to the next one. This is a very interesting position. Remember this game? What was the move here? Shubham Kumar Singh, thank you so much for 50 rupees you have contributed. I loved your sessions, doing great work for chess. Thank you. Thank you, Shubham. Thank you, Udaya Prakash. Okay. Yes, Akshit, you are absolutely right. You have good memory, Akshit. This is the position where he gave me an advice where it was like, don't accept a draw, go and fight, and that is where I went and play. Smile Studio, have you taken your name several times. The right move here is to get this bishop out of this chain. Our third rule, if you can't change the pawns, you get it out of the pawn chain, or you can move a pawn and get it out of the pawn chain. And everyone who said G3, excellent, excellent. You are right. G3 was what we learned to get the bishop out from here. You remember many of you had said knight C3, bishop E2, rook D1. It's also fine, but more effective is G3, bishop H3. Very good. Akshit, yes. Sagar versus Salil Rabde 2008. You had won the tournament. Very good. But I played on. This was the last round. Well, stories always make you remember stuff better. That's true. Okay, very good. Let's go to the next one. This one is again similar theme, but an interesting position. Black to move. Whose game was this? And what was the move and the idea? Arun Polekar, welcome. Well, you're late, but well, you are in time for the end of the session. So, black to move. What did black play here? Yes, Uday Paideti, you are right. Akshit says your stories are the best. Well, thank you. I hope that maybe in future I can make some more stories and share it with you. Uh, Shoham Shirode, if you want to continue improving imbalances, then definitely this is your book, I think. How to reassess your chess. This is what I read, and this you can get in the Chess Base India shop. This is what the entire course has been about. Yeah, remember many of you said b5 in this position to put the knight here, but I said, well, you can improve the bishop, and so the right move is bishop a6 to put it on b5 and to make it into a strong bishop. Prathamesh Divekar, practical thinking. Who else? Noob Gameplay, Chess with Arun have got it right. Jan Daryl Batula, and this was against a GM. I don't know if you remember the name of the GM. Some GM says the Ilam Parthivel. Belov. Yes, Anish Adiga is right. It was Belov, Vladimir Belov, a strong 2600 GM. And the right move is Bishop A6. Yeah, and then you put it on b5 where the bishop sits like a boss defending the pawn, also looking at this diagonals, maybe sometimes can come here. So this was a good game. um, Moving on, let's look at this one here. And I know that all of you studied this game, but which game is it and what is the best move for black here? What is this game? Anushka Bhatt, you are right. Bello versus Sagar. Prathamesh Divekar says 20 days is equal to 21st day. Kind of. Kind of. Atul Dahale says, I remember the game. Which one? This one. It's black to move here. Thank you, Kavita, for your kind words. Very nice. Um, Fisher, yes. King d6. Well, then I take on b7, perhaps. Possible. C5 is hanging. Fisher Taimano, as rightly pointed out, game number 4 from their candidates match in 1971. Uh, and yes, Raghavesh Dandapani says, no word to express our thanks, sir. You deserve GM title for spreading chess. Well, they don't give GM title for that, or else maybe I would have been at least considered. You have to play well. Um, yes, Fisher Taimanov is exactly the move here. And I mean, what was the best move in this position? Smile Studio says, Samir Koticha mentioned about your videos. I am 8 years old and now addicted to them. Oh, don't get addicted. Thank you for teaching us so well. Well, but Smile, thank you. And well, nice to know that Samir Koticha recommended you. Okay, so in this position, b6 was played by Taimanov, but that turned out to be a bad move because after bishop f1 attacking this pawn and a5, the bishop made itself very comfortable on c4 attacking this, and white was able to win a beautiful bishop versus knight endgame. The right move was king d6 because after bishop into b7 you play rook b8 and you pick up these pawns for activity, and that is the reason why here after bishop f1 also you have b5 stopping bishop c4, and that's why this was very strong. Yeah, king d6, and you might not have got this brilliant game between Fischer and Taimanov if he would have played king d6. Okay, so we have news here. I don't have to listen to Modi's speech because everyone here is telling me lockdown may get extended until 3rd of May. Okay, interesting. So that means another 19 days. Okay, we'll figure out what to do in those 19 days, but right now we have a mission to complete, which is to remember everything that we learned here and which we shouldn't take lightly. Okay, what do you remember about this game? Who do you think is better in this position, white or black? Did Modi's speech end already? Then I can assume that a lot of you will start answering because everyone was busy listening there. And yes, lockdown is extended till 3rd of May. That's what everyone says. Interesting. Black is obviously better, says Agastya Day. Black is better. But what is the reason why black is better? Can anyone tell me? What is the reason? Black because play on both sides. Kushal Jani. Well done, Kushal. You have been attentive in the class. This is a game Stoltz versus Kasdan, and actually, this one is black can play for a win. In fact, it's possible that the position is drawish, but it's black who can try to push because there are pawns on both sides of the board, right? And bishop always prefers that over a knight. Remember this. Okay, let's go to the next position. Now, this one is, I think, one of the highlights of our sessions. So I'm going to see if you remember this. Oops. Let me add the game very quickly. Yeah. What was White's move here? And remember this game. Who was White? Who was Black? Dandapani Kuppuswamy, thank you so much for not just contributing 200 rupees but attending almost every session. Very nice of you. Yeah, Atul, you're right. The bishop was dominating the knight. The b5, f5, e6, c6, all the squares are controlled by the bishop. Well, all of you are right here. Rahul Gupta, Sairam Sampath. Say to Minocha, you don't know Black's name. Come on, you should remember. Fisher. Everyone says Fisher Spassky all the time. This is Fisher's game, but who was Black? Yes, Divya HL. Close enough. She writes Magma Suren. Well, there was a Y, M-Y. Myagma Suren. Not Queen G6. Come on, if you take Queen G6, I just take FG6 and you lose. Fisher versus Mayagma Suren, and the right move here wasn't Queen h6 yet, but Fisher first prepared it with Bishop g2. Excellent. All those who said this, right? Gaming and Sport channel donated 1000 rupees through PayU Money. Thank you so much for informing here. Uh, uh, Nandan, this was Fisher who was white, but not Spassky. White, black was Miagma Suren. Quite a tough name to remember, but you can do that. Bishop g2. The point was if you go Queen h6, Queen f8, which stops the mate, you take hg, King g6. There is no mate here. But imagine if I had a bishop here, I could just not there on e4, and I could give you a checkmate. So that's why Fisher played the move bishop g2 and black was oblivious to it. He just played dc2, but then Fisher said, now you're getting checkmated. And then after queen h7, he resigned because take and bishop e4 is a mate. By the way, we also discussed about King's Indian attack, and I hope that you found it useful because there was a lot of things uh, that you can try out in your games in there. It's an opening which is low on maintenance. You don't have to keep preparing. Once you learn the ideas, you can play it. So maybe you can try it out. Black to move. What should black play here? And what was the theme that we looked at here? Yes, Aditya, Myagma Suren. That's right. Cyan Roy says, what if bishop g2 then bishop b7? Hmm. But then, don't you think that the path towards h7 is blocked? So I take hg, fg, queen h6, and then it something like that. Maybe we have to work it out, but rook a7 gets blocked, and that should work out somehow. Maybe rook h7, hg, fg, rook h7, king h7, queen h4, king g8, queen h8, king f7, queen g7. Yeah, that should be working. Yes, knight a5 is the correct move. Doubled pawns. This is what we learned here. You play your knight to a5. Good job, Divya HL. By the way, Divya, what's your name actually? Is it and who are you? What's your rating? Also, Tech Ved got it right. Sumed Ramteke, Ilam Parthi. Um, yeah, knight a5. Take, take. Gaming and Sporting channel. Thanks a lot. Um, So the point was that you double the pawns on the A file, but you get the B file and the C file open for your rooks. And this was the main theme of the game. And yeah, if he doesn't take, the knight jumps to c4, and you will see how doubled pawns are useful because they give you open files. And exactly what someone had told in the session, they are like suicide bombers. They can give up one and the second one joins in, and this was how you make advantage of the doubled pawns. Very good. Now this one is going to be tough one for you because I think you may not remember this. Black to move here. What should black play in this position, and whose idea was it? I had mentioned it. There's one top player, world champion, who had played this before. This game was by Karpov, but it was not his idea. It was a former world champion. Where is Kubdia? Everyone's asking, where is Kubdia? Well, hopefully he will come. Divya HL says, my name is in my recent email. Okay, I will have a look at it. Niranjan Warrior says, I found another way of playing Kia via instead of h4, h3, g4, knight f1, g3. Ah, you mean instead of h4, h3, g4. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Ah, you mean to say instead of playing h4 at some point and knight f1, knight h2, you go h3, g4. But you must be a little bit concerned about f6 break. If you play f6 and then f file gets opened up, you have to be careful. But good that you are thinking on your own. Yes, Atul, you are absolutely right. I think Atul is the one who got it. Sayan Roy, very good, but not the right idea. You don't want to put your knight on d6. But the idea, Pankaj Panchal, right, but the idea is that after knight e8 you want to prevent bishop g5, but at the same time when he goes at some point, say here f4, what should black do here? This is also the idea of knight e8 that you want to. Yes, Sumed, Capablanca's idea. The point is, if white goes f4, you want to meet it with a specific move, and that's why also you move the knight. Yes, you want to prevent bg5 pin also, but there's one more reason here. Yes, f5, very good. All those who mentioned f5 here, well done. This is the point. You want to block this pawn, sorry, f4 pawn, block this bishop here, and meet f4 with f5. Strong guys here in the class. Very good. um Next up is this one position. What did white play? And when you have an isolated pawn, you must exchange as many pieces as possible. Is this statement correct? So my statement is, when you have the isolated pawn, you must exchange as many pieces as possible. Is this correct? If not, then what is it, and what is the best move for white here? What is white's best move? Divya says, where does the knight go on e8? Well, usually you go g6, you fortify your structure, and then either the knight can go to g7, come back to f6, or knight can jump to d6 if there is space. It's flexible. It's not a bad piece there. No, says everyone. False. Exactly. You don't exchange. Absolutely right. If you have an isolated pawn, never exchange pieces, what everyone says. Well, most of the times you shouldn't exchange the pieces, because keeping more pieces on the board is the best thing you can do when you have an isolated pawn, so that you can play actively. Okay. No, says everyone. I get it. Yeah. White should keep the pieces, and rook e3 is the correct move. It's called a rook lift. You are able to lift your rook and go to h3. This was a beautiful attacking game, where the final sack came on g6 several times, and then white played this very nice move, queen b1, if you remember. The reason was queen d3 is met with knight e5, queen c2 is met with knight e5, d e5, bishop e4 when this knight is pinned. So that is why queen b1 was the correct move. And I remember one or two of you only had got this move, queen b1. Okay, let's go to the next one. So you are getting things correctly in this. And now we remember another system which we learned in our session, which was related to the backward pawn. And this I'm going to just show you very quickly. The idea is take, play d5, and then take on c4 after bishop c4. Can anyone tell me the next 3 to 4 moves for black that we discussed in this position? 3 to 4 moves next which black plays. What should black play here? Yes, Prathamesh Divekar, you're right. Anyone else? Divya HL as well. Uday Paideti, Sairam Sampath, Jan Daryl Batula, yes, you're right. Also Ilam Parthi. And we were actually discussing about how you can uh, improve your and how you can play against the backward pawn. And that used to happen when knight a5, you move the bishop away, then you take the e6 square, then you put your knight on d5, then you take rook c8, or you can even play rook c8 before. And this is how this is a backward pawn. The square in front of the backward pawn is a weak square, and you can control it very nicely. And there were several games I showed you in this line, which I hope that you are able to make use in your game. The way to do it is very simple. You play c5, you take on d4 at the right point, play d5, and as someone said, don't take here too soon, because if you take and play knight c6, he gets an additional option of d5. So what you do is you first play knight c6. You are not afraid of c5 moves. It's gain space, but nothing special. You can fight back with b6 already. And so castles. And now you take knight a5, bishop e6, knight d5, and you get these nice sort of weak pawns here which you can blockade. Okay, let's go to the next one here. uh, well, we are back on air, and I hope that we did not that you did not face too much trouble. I hope we do not face this again today. Sorry for this disconnection. Maybe it'll all be stable. In fact, everything was pretty stable today. I don't know what happened. Oof. Well, we received a big, while we were offline, a big contribution from Ashwin Subramaniam. And he says, thanks for the amazing sessions. Your dedication in spending nearly 35 plus hours live and several hours preparing for this is incredible. Thanks for everything you have done for Indian chess, Sagar. Hats off. But he's contributed 10,000 rupees. That's so amazing. I would like to thank Ashwin. Really, it's a very big amount. And as I have mentioned you before, Ashwin is um, works at Intel, and he has recorded a video with us. He is an amateur world champion, a very good friend, very close friend, and he has really great expertise about computers and what to use. So last time, as you remember, we were talking about mega database, and he had suggested about increase in RAM or using SSD. So, well, in case you have some questions for him, you can always ask him. Tremendous, Ashwin. Very grateful for your contribution. Well, it I guess when he contributed 10,000, it was like the stream felt, what happened, something went wrong, such a huge amount, and it sort of uh, shut down. So thanks a lot for that. Okay, so let's go to the next position, which is this one here. Take 92 e4. Remember this position. F3. White is trying to open up his bishop. Black is trying to keep the position closed. And what did black play here? Cyan Roy, yes, I saw your game. I think it was good analysis. In fact, I've seen it. Yeah, Divya, you are right. The move here that black made was, I'm going to say, um, yes, and Ilam Parthi is right. This is P. Karthikeyan versus Sagar Shah. And in this very position, I didn't want him to take on, I wanted him to clarify this situation, but somehow he wasn't. We were both trying to hold on to this central pawn, and then I finally forced his hand with h5, and that led to takes, and with knight d7, and I managed to win this game. I think I like this game a lot. Was one of my good games. And then we had this session actually, which I think a lot of you enjoyed it, which was on this opening in the Nimzo Indian. Maybe we saw it this way, uh, where you remember the Fischer Spassky Fischer game, where you go knight g6, you allow your pawns to be sort of isolated, give white a passed pawn, and at the same time even take a backward pawn on b6 so that you can fix this pawn. And then later on, as I had mentioned, this pawn becomes weak, and your idea is to exchange the rooks so that your minor pieces are superior to black bishops. You can put your knight then here. But what Fischer did was he played g5, queen e8, queen g6. I think this entire session with all the opening ideas and lot of interesting was liked by one and all. And Yes, Spassky Fisher, the game that we are talking about, and bishop a4 led to a premature end to the game. It was very quick. Uh, and then I showed you how actually white should be trying to play in these positions, which is not to close down the position, but to in fact not play e4 very quickly, but to castle, and then after e5 to keep it flexible with knight d2, rook b1, h3, trying for f4. And this is what we studied here, how the imbalances are actually making the decisions of keeping the position open and closed, of the pawn structure, sacrificing a pawn. And you remember we spoke about things like cd ed takes d5, play it in this way, rook e1 was a strong move, and so on. Yeah. Yes, my game was against Diptamesh Reddy. By the way, a big shout out to Mayur Gondalekar, who has contributed 305 Japanese yen, and he says because the date of lockdown is now extended to 3rd May 305. Very nice. Okay. Now let's go to the this one. This was, I think, the 11th session, which all of you enjoyed. We spoke about space also in chess, and the side which has more space should exchange more pieces. This is what we all learned. I hope you will keep this in mind. If you have more space, exchange more pieces, and then you have more space for your less pieces. Is that right? Sandwich Con KSO says 12:10 a.m. in Mexico, but I must see this. Thank you so much, Sandwich Con. You must remain there um, and stay for the last, it might be another 20 odd minutes. Yeah, now we are coming to the part of the classes where you remember everything well because it was not so old, like maybe a week ago. Everyone says no, 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 and I agree with you that the side which has more space must not exchange pieces, keep the pieces on the board. Very good. And that's the reason why liar, liar is a nice way to put it. um, and then so here, what was the move that white played in this position? And if you remember the game, yeah, that's true. Knight h1, correct. And you guys are alert. That's very good that you are not just saying yes, yes, yes to everything I say. We should not exchange pieces if we have more space, and if you are low on space, try to exchange pieces. But remember, when you take more space, you will be pushing your pawns, and every pawn push does lead to some weaknesses in the position. Knight h1, this was my game, Sagar versus Jalpan Bhatt. And then after g4, I could control everything, and was a nice finish when the move knight f5 came in with queen h4, and I won the game. Okay, now we come to this game. Very painful games next, but I guess you learned a lot from those games. This was, remember this game, we discussed it in class. And why not h5 for black? Yeah, h5 was what was the main consideration there actually. H5. um, if I'm not mistaken, I was considering h5 for most of the time when I played knight h1. um, But the move that I was looking at was h3 after h5, and then cd h4, and I would play rook d1, and I would just try to continue. But yeah, h5 was perhaps the best way to play in that position. You are right, Aditya. um yeah, remember this game, Vikramaditya versus Sagar. Very good job, all of you. And the point was to show you that yes, exactly. Say to it's same thing which happened with you and Tanmay Srinath is what happened in this game, where I was completely winning, but I was careless, and in the end I had to draw this game, which is okay. You drew the game, you didn't lose it, but hey, come on, this is completely winning. And then I showed you another important game, which was Sohan Fadke versus Sagar Shah, and that one was the most horrible game of my life, where I was a piece up. You remember this move, Queen C3, and I got an extra piece, but then I went on to lose this game. Yeah. uh, and if you remember, I have given you certain points that when you are winning, how to win one games. First one, when ahead in material, try to exchange pieces. Second, keep your nerves. Third, don't think about other things like, hey, my parents would be happy, I would get a lot of prize money, I would get 10,000 rupees. This thought should never come to your mind. Uh, and don't think about other things. Fourth one is try to focus only on making the best moves on the board. Try to bring game like scenarios in your training sessions back home. This is very important. No one does it. And if you can do that, sit in a quiet room, get your chessboard out, get a clock there, think for with intensity. Imagine someone is sitting opposite you. You will play better during tournaments. 6. Bring the tension in your practice by placing a clock and also imagining that an opponent is sitting opposite you. And last, improve your recovery time. This is very important because many people lose and they keep on saying to each other, Arey, I lost the game. I was so much winning. I was better. I was going to checkmate him in a few moves, so and so and so and so. But you must remember that no one actually is interested in whether you lost or you won. You are the only person who's interested, so focus on how to improve rather than worrying about whether you went wrong or right and so on. Yeah. Yes, Shriana, you are right. I should have played c4 in that game at some point. There were some more things that we did check, related to material. I want to know if you remember this game, very famous game that we spoke about. um, what is black's move in this position and who were the players? Very famous game. Black to move here, very famous game. What should black play? Yes, Sumedh, you are right. You are right. By the way, is it okay if we go on for a little bit more today, just so that I can finish off what I had planned about revision and also talk to you for a bit? I know it's already time. We usually end by 10:45, but if you are okay, we may continue a bit more. Yes, Reshevsky Petrosian, very good. That's excellent. All those who said Reshevsky Petrosian, good job. Excellent. And the move here was rook to e6, giving up an exchange for the idea of transferring the knight to d5 to maintain the control on the light squares. take knight e7, take, and then knight d5. And although he is an exchange down, black has excellent control on the light squares. I see a lot of people said no problem for you, so well, that's good. We'll continue for a bit, and then um, I can speak on certain things that are important. Okay, so that was about weak squares, and also material that we spoke about there. If let me get a good idea here, this is black to move this position. What should black play here in this position? What should black play here? This was about pawn weaknesses that we looked at, and also creating outposts for your pieces. Isolated pawn says, thank you for all your time and efforts. You duplicated your knowledge. Your classes are priceless. Yeah, I remember, I think it was Sohan who told me, who's my good friend who beat me in that game. And he was told by a GM called Shakid Tal, or Tal Shakid, Shaked. And he told him that usually when you give one thing, you have one thing, I give it to you, I lose that thing, and you get the thing back. Or if you give it to me, you lose that thing and I get it. But the thing about ideas is that you have an idea, I have one, you have one idea, and we both can exchange it. And at the end of it, we both have two ideas. So, whenever it's also true with knowledge. Basically, sharing it doesn't reduce your knowledge, it in fact makes it grow. And the opposite person also learns from it. Yes, h5 is the correct move here in this position, creating fixing the weakness. Always remember, if there's some weakness in the position, first pin it down, and then you can start attacking it. Like g5, you can put your knight on f5, and after rook h1, take the open file. Very good. Okay. I think you also remember this game that we learned. Just tell me, who was the player with the white pieces in this game? Who was white and what was his move here? White to move. White to move. And who is the white player? Yes, Karpov. Yep, you are right. By the way, all those who are facing lag, just refresh your browser. It should work okay. Right now, there are no lags. This was Karpov in this position with white, and he played the move g3, and he controlled the d5 square. He played bishop g2, he played e3, he put his knight on e2, knight f4, and somehow he has very good control on the d5 square. I loved this game from the point of view of creating an imbalance where you first give up your bishop for a knight, then create a weakness, and then latch onto it. Very nicely played game by Karpov. Okay. Um, yeah, there's one game which I remember, and this is where I want to remember. This is not an easy one. What is White's move, and what did you learn from this? What is White's move here? Say to Minocha, how do you create a game link? Well, if you have Chessbase, just right click on it, output, share to web. That should work. Yeah, Niranjan, let our powers combine. That was it, where you make all the pieces come together. Yes, Neve, you are right. It's very important. Not Prathamesh, not Rook C1. Think. King Sairam Sampath is also right. Kimaya Virle, Sumedh. Yes, looking at opponent's possibilities. King E3, Kushal. The point is, black wants to break here with the move E6 if it's his move. So sometimes you give the move to your opponent, and that's why after king e3, e6 is no longer as strong because you can just take it. He can't. If he takes with the bishop, you can take on b7, and so it's like a prophylactic move. And this is one of the tools which I want you to work with. If it's your move, you can always ask, what will my opponent do in this position? You know, if he, if you understand that okay, his plan is very clear, he wants to go e6, you just play king e3, and then you kind of save yourself from um, unexpected surprises like e6. Okay, good. Everyone remembers king e3. I was not a very, how do I put it, very prominent part of a lecture, so I thought you may have forgotten it, but no, you remember it. And now we coming to one very interesting thing here. Remember this game, remember this system, and what should white play here? Mikhail Botvinnik, can you please tell your backward pawn opening name and ECO number? I'm not sure, but I think it'll come from the Karokan. Niche, because in that position, black has less space, and in order to sort of break free, also break the d5 pawn, you must play e6 to break the structure. Yes, E3 is absolutely right. All those who said E3, remember this game in the stone wall that we learnt about uh, the weaknesses in the position and how you must take advantage of it. E3, and later on you can take E into F4 and latch on to this. And even when black tries to, you know, create some pressure, you kind of hold your ground. You really want black to take, and then you take EF4 and play on the E file. Very good. All of you remember this pretty well. Okay, now we are coming to the end of this whatever revision that we began with, and end of whatever we learned. So remember this position. What move had I suggested for black? It's not like the best move or something, but I suggested an interesting system here with black. What was it? Black to move. This was my game against Naveen Bansal from National B in 2008, and I think we learned a lot from it about development because he couldn't develop his pieces. The reason was we were very quick in developing, and everyone who said the move B5, Neev Patel, Sairam Sampath, Prathamesh Divekar, Kimaya Virle, um, Harinanda, Daryl Batula, very good. Ilam Parthi, Kushal Jani, b5. And then after CB, I want to sacrifice another pawn for quick development. And you remember how knight d6 was played. You could take the bishop and then go really active. I think it was a good game. He resigned at this point. Okay, let's look at this one now. This one was really an interesting game, and I had mentioned to you that in this position, Black played a very strong move f5. Remember this? Remember the move f5 in this position? Win Legaspi. Okay, that's an interesting name, Win Legaspi. Because I was talking to you that day about my opponent Legaspi Robel. I don't think that's you, yes? Yes, Cyan Roy. B5 is theory, it's mainline stuff, and it's a respected opening. You can play it. White does get a small edge after B5, CB, C6, BG5, CB5, E3, but well, it's just like any black opening. Yeah, initiative is what you learned. A5 is to be played. F5 is just a weakening move, not at all a good move. And you remember this was like every move a threat, and we came to a pawn endgame after this. Rook a8, bishop a6, queen c6, all moves were kind of forcing in nature. And actually, Sarvanan suggested a good move here, rook c6. I was looking more at rook c7 in the game, which is also winning. And then we managed to exchange everything. And this was a perfect example of how to make use of the initiative in chess. Yeah. Grew good, and I think if Legaspi is here, who is win with Legaspi, maybe he's not him, but you remember this game that I lost to him. He's from, and this was the position, and he shocked me with his next move, uh, white to move. Yeah, 13 move combination, says Mukilan. And he blew me away with the next few moves. Yes, Queen e5, correct. All those who said first Sumit, Kimaya, Shivam, Neve, Uday, Mukilan, Yasmin, Sairam, Divya, Ilamparthi. Queen e5 was the good move and very strong move because after bishop e5 takes, there's a forced mate on h8, and if knight e6 then takes. Now if you take bishop e5 still takes, fe, check here, check here, takes, rook h1 was winning. So this was about king safety. Actually, it is all very much interlinked, initiative and king safety. Here king safety comes much into the picture. Yes, Anish, it was Legaspi versus Sagar. If you say Sagar versus Legaspi, then I am the one who played this queen sack, which wasn't true. But good, you remember the names, and let's go to the final position for the day. At least I want you to think about something. This was given to me by Sagar Chess, Hal Sagar, who mentioned this position here, and it's very similar to what we have seen. It's very similar to uh, Ilamparthi's game. What should black play here? So this is the final position. I want to end it with a nice mating sequence. Black to move. Yeah, bishop h3, Prathamesh. And it's very similar to what Ilamparthi did. Also, Sumed Ramteke, Kushal, Jani, Gargi, DC. I'm sure Ilamparthi is still there around. Bishop h3, and the point was, of course, he should have taken here, take, and then g2 is coming, so you must stop it with rook f2, and somehow white has a fine position. This is the game Stachnik versus Switan. He took b into c7, but now you all know how the game ends. I don't need to tell you again, but still, how should black win this? How should black win this position? Pankaj Panchal says homework, Kubdia, and will you extend the class? Interesting. Three things that you want to know. Well, the crow also left, yeah, today. Well, is no longer to be seen. But how to finish off the position? Yeah, bg2, then king g2, queen h3, king h3, knight g5, king g2, knight h4, king h1. Push him back, like bring him out, push him back, and make him make his own grave. Nice position, nice position. Really liked it. So, guys, that was all for this 21-day session. Actually, it's not like I'm running away somewhere. It's more like I need to get a few things in order. I need to make sure that I sleep better for a couple of days at least, because I've been working a bit too much. Sleeping late, waking up early, checking games, analyzing them. So a bit of break would be good for me. And at the same time, I really want this to continue. It's not like we're going to be out of touch. There will be videos coming up on Chess Base India. There'll be live shows also. And we use this. If you have any questions, please write to me at chessbaseindia@gmail.com. This is where you can write to me anytime. I do receive mails from you about chess improvement, what can be done. I'll try to help as much as I can. But remember a few things. These are my final words of advice. I know that you know the imbalances. Please keep them in your mind. Please revise them regularly. You know why bishops and knights, what is good about it, what is bad about it. You also know about pawn weaknesses, which is mentioned here, so please go through it once later. You know what space is all about. When you have more space, you must avoid exchanges. When you have less space, you must exchange. You must take care of the holes in the space. What is material? Here you have um, development and initiative. We talk about that as well. And also, I have spoken about how to win, okay, and how to win games. This is very, very important that we spoke about. And I really want to remind you that send in your feedback to chessbaseindia at gmail.com. This is very important that if you have any feedback, please do send it on out here. And you can write to me for any advice that you need. But remember one thing, if you like something, if you like chess, then all of it is not just fun, all of it is not going to be like beautiful. You'll have to work hard. For example, I really enjoy giving these sessions, but at every day I have to make sure I keep the proper contribution lists, I keep it properly. And by the way, look at that. Look at who's contributed. It's Kubdia here who says, everyone watching, share these videos with others to spread the love of the game we all are passionate about. Well, Kubdia, it's time to reveal your identity. That's what everyone said. Today is the final day, final minute of the final day. It would be a great kind of. It was a good build up. Everyone is happy to see you. And so the thing which I really want to make sure that you do is make sure that You work on chess, but work smartly. Don't work in the wrong direction. And there was someone who told me, "Can we make? Can I make a schedule for them?" Now this is like saying that I really like to say spend time with my loved ones. Can you please make a schedule for me how I should spend time? It is not true. If you like spending time, figure out a way that you want to do. Just like with chess, you don't want to someone else to give you a plan or something like this. If you enjoy it, work on it. I have already given you a good amount of material. You can also read other books which are Silman's books. You can watch Power Play DVDs. These are very good content. There's a lot of content out there. But at the end, it's you who has to make the difference. And remember, dream big. Because as I said before, I dreamed I wanted to play the World Junior. And it actually happened. But if I would dream bigger, I want to play the world championship. Who knows? I would have worked in that direction. So please make sure that that you keep your dream alive and keep working towards it. Don't get depressed. Don't get sad. Sometimes good things take time to happen. Jaideep Chakrabarti says Kubdia is Vishy Anand, I'm telling you. Well, I don't think he would wake up so soon from Germany. Uh, yeah, thank you all. Yes, all of you we have all become a part of a big family, 21 days together, and I will see you soon. Maybe we'll start another session. It's already 3rd May. So even if I take a break for a few days and come back, we can have one more session on something very interesting. Let's see. Let's look at it. I'll be keeping you updated through my videos on Chess Base India YouTube. And for all those who contributed, especially huge amounts. I think today we raised over 20,000, it seems. Thank you all for doing that. We will be making up this list in the link is given there, fightcovid19.chessbase.in, and if you go there you will find all the details of the money we raised. And if your name isn't there, write to me at chessbaseindia@gmail. Should I end this in this stream? The only problem is Kubdia has not revealed himself, but what to do? Amruta was telling me he is. Uh, Forget the name now, but we don't know. Edwin Glass, love from Mexico. Thank you, Edwin. Pradyuma Kanukolu. Kubdia reveal Vimal Dave by all. Pradeep Kanetkar says, who's Kubdia? Rishila Banerjee, take care. Shanks, maybe you can do some live sessions on end games. These are boring to study, but more important for sure. Let's have a look at some end games perhaps. Um, Shriyana Malya, thank you, sir, for the wonderful class. We learned from you. Thank you, sir, once again. My mom is your big fan. She likes your way of teaching us. Waiting for your next session. So, Shriyana, your mom is a big fan, yeah, not you. But okay, I'm joking. Every day you used to write at the end of the session, thank you, and waiting for the next session. So, that was very nice of you. I used to read it. Thank you. Um, Yes, Keshav, I will have a look at the mail. Um, Aditya Ramanathan says it's in the email, right? What? What is in the email? Kubdia says, I think let it be a mystery. It is fun that way. Okay, fantastic. So it's a mystery. It means we have to go to the next season of Improve Your Chess with Sagar to know this. It's just like this series which continue. Well, I would also like you to keep it a secret. So, what's the fun in revealing things? Yeah. Okay. Thanks all. Take care, and I'll be seeing you soon with few more videos on the Chess Base India channel. Bye bye.